And we live, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, welcome to the Return to Black Broadway podcast show with your boy Ray Gideon Peoples, yours truly, and my main man AJ. Throwback in the building with the flavor that you want to savor. We
Yeah.
got our special guest in the building tonight,
Yeah,
my
sir.
man with the plan,
What it
the
do?
dopest, coolest city councilman you ever want to meet.
Ain't that the truth?
My man, Reese Da Realist in the building. Show some
Man,
love,
I'm
ladies
back.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's going on with you, man? Glad to have you, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I just told AJ, I said, man, I want to I can't complain, but I want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good. Everything's
I
good.
mean, yeah, you know how that go. Yeah,
Hey, I'm picking up
man.
good over there. You can hear me clear over there?
Oh yeah, we can hear
Yeah, nah,
you
you
All
good,
right,
brother.
cool. I was just making sure. Yeah. You
nice
know
and
these.
crispy, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right, no doubt.
Yeah, man. So, brother AJ, how you doing, man? Check in with me, man. What's
Doing all
happening?
right. Doing all right, man. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. But before we get there, of course, you know what I'm saying, we definitely got to tap in with the brother Reese Da Realist, and we already got some folks in the comments already. Shout out to Mitta 809 on the check-in on YouTube, said peace to everyone.
No problem.
Congratulations, fam. It's been a minute. We definitely appreciate you for tapping in and trust and believe it's about to be a dope conversation. So you strapped in for a good one tonight.
Extravagant.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. We appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. For anybody who's already on, you know what I'm saying? Share it around, show some love all around town, man. Tap in with your people, man. You know, send links while we on here. Like, look,
That's
y'all,
right.
why y'all not on this journey? We on here. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, so yeah, man. But we appreciate y'all, everybody that's been rocking with us and been supporting us this whole journey, man. The whole town been lit since the summer. You know what I mean? From the city all the way to the surrounding areas and the whole DMV, man. It's been a beautiful time, man. You know, from the studio sessions to the shows to the different events that we all been popping out at together, man. It's been a great situation. And we just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is just really the beginning of the first wave of this movement. We also about to drop parts 2 and 3 on y'all. You know, I know it's taking a little longer than we expected, but we wanted to make sure that thing was perfected. You know what I mean? So y'all can check it. You did. You know, so yeah. So Reese, man, talk to us, man. Like, share with us. I'm gonna jump right in. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop in the deep end because this is the question I've been holding forever.
All right, let me hear what you got.
Talk to the people about how is it that you were able to drop a rap album, and not just any rap album, but a fire rap album. Like it wasn't
Right.
just like, oh yeah, here I go, I do rap too. Like you know
Mhm.
how like with boxers and rappers who decide to act or boxers who decide they want to do the rap thing, it's kind of like, oh yeah, here you go, I rap too. You know,
Mhm.
but it's
No
not
doubt.
really quite that. You know what I'm saying? Mojo that makes you be like, oh wow. So he could have actually just be a rapper if he wanted to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But you, brother, man, like I really just want to, just big you up off Bucks, man. Like this dude is actually one of those people that I spoke about in the previous shows, AJ, when I talked about just the overflow that the Most High blessed us with, because I hadn't even met Reese yet,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
homie Judah put us on.
Yeah. Shout out to Judah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Judah Beast, Science Lab, you know what I'm saying? Legendary OG in the game.
Sure.
But like, what an overflow. I mean, dude hopped in the studio and was like, oh, all right, that's what we doing. Give me a second. And just was like, I'm like, my man. But what's really significant for me is just from even the conversations I've had with this brother offline is his dedication to community and family and taking what he came from and turning it into a positive. Like, I ain't gonna tell the man whole story. I'm gonna let him tell it, but I'm just so excited because I ain't never seen nothing like it before. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, it also speaks to the power of our region and black excellence, and professionalism and being a boss. You know what I'm saying in the game. So yeah, man, tell us. I had to give him a proper opening because I
Uh,
need y'all to know who y'all dealing with off top.
I can
You know what I
respect.
mean? But nah, man, talk to us about that, man. Like, share with us just your journey around how you even got to decide to be, councilman. Your origin of life. How things started for you. Just unravel that a little bit for us.
Well, far as the music go, like that's just my number one passion. That's something I always did. Like, so when it come to music, like I tell everybody, like music, like it's pure to me because like I couldn't really express myself. So music was one of those tools that I use like as a way to like express myself. You know what I mean? So normally all my music, I like to say is just all 100% real music because it come from a place that's inside of me. So like music was my number one passion. So when you say like, I was able to run and then drop an album, like I was gonna do that no anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's just what I do, regardless. Like music is that's how I express myself. So any journey that I'm going through life, anything that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have a soundtrack to it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like a movie that you're looking at. It's my soundtrack to my life. So if you can't see me on this platform, then you will be able to experience me on this platform. You know what I mean? So as far as like the
Mm,
council run go, like that come from me just like squashing like situations in the streets that was going on. I was in the studio and then I was just realizing like I was like a bridge. So once I started realizing that I was more so like a bridge, and I just reached out to the city to ask them if they need help. You know what I mean? So in other podcasts, other shows, you will hear me talk about this or whatever. So it's like basically all I did was reached out. I asked them if they need help with anything, and then they end up putting me on a committee. And then I served on that committee. Then they wanted to bump me up on that committee, and then the council at the time reached out to me to help with Glenarden Days. So, I started helping with Glenarden Days. And then Councilman Anthony Herron, he basically took me under his wing and was like, man, you can be a councilman. Like, I mean, I'm from the streets. I don't know what that is for real. You know what I mean? So I was like, what a councilman? Like, what's that? So then he was like, man, I'll show you the way. I'll show you how to do it, what you need to do. And I'm just authentic and I'm pure. So I just knocked on every door, stayed authentic, stayed pure, besides the fact I'm from the city. And I mean, we ended up here.
yeah. Okay. So, boom. Tell us a little bit more about. I heard you throw it out there, but like let's go ahead and highlight it, man, because this brother wears where he's from proudly. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Tell the people where you from. You know what I mean? As a part of the DMV, culture family, man.
Yeah, that'd be Glenarden, Maryland, from Glenarden.
Glenarden, Maryland, yeah, man. Like shout out to Glenarden. Glenarden is right there on the other side of the south side, man. If y'all really know anything about Glenarden history, yeah, man. A lot of brothers out there get it out the mud, man. So
Yeah.
so
I would like
like
to say it's the best place to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. It's the best place in PG County in Maryland to me. That's me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. So as it relates to like your journey, like before you became a councilman, before all of that, now music was your way to express yourself, but like what was your journey like? Talk to us about life and how you got interested in music. Like as a youngin, what was your life like before all of that? And then how did it lead you to music? And then of course you already shared the bridge into the councilman aspect. So just
So
so everybody can just get a peer into your window, bro.
right, yeah. So like when I was coming up, like I mean, we was listening to stuff like I mean back in the era I was coming up in, that's when like Lil Wayne and Squad Up was coming out. That's when that was like, so it was all lyrics. That's when like Cassidy was doing this thing. We had J Hood, D Block, all those dudes was doing their thing. So like I went to Flowers High School, so we used to have a few brothers that they used to beat on the table. We that's an era when Bama's used to just like beat on the table and people would just rap. You know what I'm saying? So I was always just inspired by that. So I used to just like freestyle, and then after that I was just like forget it. We started going to the studio. Actually, me and one of my homeboys named B Dot, we actually was a group. So I actually started off as a group. It was me and him, and then we had like this karaoke machine. So what I'm saying, we had the tapes. This one like you was putting your shit out on a tape. Excuse my language, but like this one we was putting that on a tape. And you can cuss on here. Like I'm just saying a
Yeah, I
lot.
mean, we try to keep it to a minimum just in case
Yeah.
grandma and them might be watching,
It,
or
it may
kids
fall.
might be watching.
It may fall on accident, so my bad. But
Yeah,
like
I
this
mean, you
is
know what I'm saying. Don't
yeah,
overthink it. Be yourself, feel natural.
yeah.
But you know,
So this is when like we had like the little karaoke machine. There was a mic hooked up to it, and this when you would like have to one take your stuff. Like you couldn't even like there wasn't no punching. You would have to just like record yourself. You got to rap it all the way through. I don't even think you can overdub on that. You can't do nothing. And that's when you was like sending your demos in. You would send actually a tape. You know what I mean? Like you really send a tape in. It's like so
yeah, man.
like we
You know,
started off
you
that.
telling all our age on that one right there.
Not
Right.
mine, probably. Yeah, true. I ain't that old though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Y'all big's a little thicker than mine. I mean, when I gave it away
hey
when the
man,
video came on, baby. But as soon as the video, they was like, "Hey, oh, but
yeah,
no,
man,
like
that's dope.
that's how it came about. And then I had a homeboy. Like I'm gonna give everybody they plugs tonight. And I had another homeboy named Juan, and he was hooked up to a guy at Merlin University named Kevin Alexander. So he was like, "Yeah, I got to do some studio work up there." So he was like, "Come down there," and then, like we freestyle for him, and then he just threw us right in the studio. So he responsible for like teaching me what like ad lib is, was a double up. I ain't know none of that. We just went in there straight was just rapping. You know what I mean? So he helped groom, get us to a level. We dropped maybe like 16 projects. I don't know. It's a lot of them. Like by myself, I think I
Wow,
got like maybe like 11 or 12 projects by myself. So, and then from
jeez,
there, just bounced around the DMV, did a few shows, went to some other studios, went to Midnight. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm blessed to be with Judah in that science lab. So, yeah.
yeah, man,
I think that's all of it.
yeah,
I think that's all of it.
yeah, man. So like, how highlight us about. Okay, so like, tell us a little bit about your interaction growing up. Being that you from Glenarden as the part of the DMV region, what was your interaction with City Cats growing up as a a young person, and then even as you got into music? You know what I mean? Just the connection between that for you as a
You
person
mean
from
like
Maryland.
when you say city, you mean like DC, right? Like the DC?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah, the cities in the city in the city limits. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? As
like
far as
y'all a whole nother country. Like you know what I'm saying? So like when you in Maryland, like we don't really experience a lot of y'all till we start going to the actual club. You know what I mean? Till it start, when love was popping, you know what I mean? When you start going to the club, that's when you start getting diversity. But growing up in any hood, like you stay where you from. Like I just seen somebody post Kentland on there, you know what I'm saying? That's Landover. So at the end of the day, like, he probably he gonna rep for Kentland 100%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna rep for
yeah,
Glenarden
nah, I dig it.
100%. You gonna rep for the city 100%. But we ain't really venture out of that too much. You know what I mean? Unless we slid into a female that was in the city, like like not into a female, but if I
When you
had to
said
clear that,
it,
I had to clear that up. You
when
know
I
what
you
I'm
was
saying?
said it,
like,
I was thinking it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
It ain't like that. Yeah, not like that. But I mean, like if we just experience, you know what I'm saying, like a woman, you know what I'm saying, in another area, then we end up, around, where y'all from. You know what I mean? But other than that, like later on is when I really started getting a taste of like DC when I started like doing shows and then working with other artists and stuff like that. That's what came from that. Not in the beginning
okay,
though.
like
Yeah.
right now, not at your origin, but more so as you started being more into your career as far as the
Yeah.
rap culture aspect.
Yeah,
So
anybody
like,
from the hood know it was enough going on in your own neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? It was enough bombers down in your
yeah,
own neighborhood. It was too much going on in your own neighborhood to go experience any other culture. You was trying to survive where you was from.
nah, I could dig it. Like,
Mhm.
so that's what actually to me makes this particular interview interesting because, like, the whole R2BB movement mainly highlights how all of us from the different places, whether you from in the city or whether you from the outskirts, how at some point through art and culture and through everybody just getting their first taste of the nightlife when you jump off the porch, how U Street and the surrounding different places, like you mentioned, like Love and other clubs and other venues that really draw folks in, and the power of that. You know what I mean? But I also am interested to know, like, okay, so being talk to me about how the conversation with you and Judah happened for you to get pulled into the R2BB, and then subsequently, I remember when we were in the studio working on Muscle Crank. I think it was, you shared a little brief moment about some research you might have done on your own, to even get more acclimated around what Black Broadway actually was like. So just talk to me, what was the vibe for you, coming into it like that, and where did it place you in terms
So
of the whole movie?
So if we go to like Judah, the big homie, so if he call you for something, then it's just a go. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna call you for nothing unless it makes sense. Like, that's just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, he made the call. He was like, "Look, man, like somebody working on something. You know, I thought that you would be good for it, man. Come through, see what it's like. You know what I'm saying?" And that's pretty much what it is. You know, so that was the connection with Judah. Like a lot. It's certain dudes in my life that if they send me a text or they send me a call or they say something, it's just like, "Low." Like, you know what I mean? I ain't really going to question too much of it. You know what I mean? Because I know that they want the best for you. And that brother, particularly one of the brothers that I know, like, he just want the best for you and everything that he doing. You know what I'm saying? He going to push you. He going to make sure that you work hard. You know what I mean? And I mean, and you going to get to it. You know what I'm saying? If you hungry like that. So that's how that
Yeah,
came about. And as far as the Black Broadway, I was penning lines. You know what I mean? So I just felt like, of course I'm gonna represent where I'm from, you know what I mean? But I also, since it's your project and it's your thing, then I felt like it was only right for me once I started jotting lyrics. Like I say, my music come from me, come from within. So like I don't want to talk about too many things I don't got no experience with. You know what I mean? So like I'm like, I mean, I was like, you call yourself Black Broadway. Like again, like you just said, I'm not from the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know things about the city. I got a lot of relationships from the city now. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I was like, man, let me tap in and see what it is before I write the line. So, I tap in and see what it is, and then it makes some that line make sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's how that
So
came up.
from your research of tapping into that, what was significant to you about what you discovered about Black Broadway
And it was like
when
all
you?
black. It was black businesses. Like the whole street was like black owned. I believe that's what I read. Like it was all black businesses, right? Am I right? Or am I
Yeah,
wrong?
you accurate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah,
you
y'all
talk
ain't
you
now
on the
fast enough
mark.
on there. Like y'all was like, maybe. You know, so I
No,
was
no,
like,
no.
yeah,
Like, but
yeah,
that's
I
spot
affirm
on
it.
though. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's spot on. Yeah.
so when I read that, I thought that was more significant. That made me feel more like in tune with the project and everything that you're doing. Because like when I read that, I was like, God, dang, like I never knew it was out there like that. I never knew that was there. So it made me feel like more connected to the project in that sense. So I think that's a beautiful thing.
So I got a question, based on what you just said. So, being somebody, even though like you're not from, DC, what I'm saying, represent Glenarden hard. But, having done that research and looked up what Black Broadway was, how do you feel like you embody the spirit of Black Broadway from what you read?
By this being like a black revolutionary, like somebody that's gonna put itself at risk and make sure that my people able to get opportunities and be frontlining. So I mean that's how I connect to it per se.
Yeah.
And then I just think it's historic. Like I like history, so that's a historic thing. You know what I mean? And then the connection that I drew from Peoples and what he doing is like you got a lot of different business owners. I'm not sure if every business owner that was on that strip was actually from DC or born and raised in DC. They could have came from anywhere. So the significance in it, all the stores look different. All the stores sell different things. And what People's doing is he grabbing people that all look different and that do different things. And I feel like that's cohesive to what you're doing if you looked at it that way. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's you spot on, brother. Like you don't even know it, but you actually digging into some of the things we highlighted it on previous episodes when we first started, just to give everybody the foundation work of what this is all about.
right.
So you
Yeah.
you
And
spot
you ain't
on,
even
man.
tell me that. That ain't the conversation we had. You
Nope,
know, it's
nope,
not.
nope.
Yeah.
I intentionally didn't say certain things because when you shared with me that you was doing research on it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna let Brody find out things on his own so he can authentically connect with it. And then when he shared what he know, then I could just confirm to him how on point he is about what he even, you know what I'm saying? Because everything, and that's actually like I was sharing on episode 1. To me, you represent someone who was chosen by the Most High that in the whole scope of what we were aware of within the city is like the best kept secret type thing. Like you're not
I
from
heard
the
that.
city.
Heard that before. I appreciate that.
But like on the low, when Judah, and like you said, that's the big homie. So Judah was like, hey, people, look, hey, I'm telling you, I got this dude, he from Glenarden. For real? Bet, tell him slide through.
Yeah.
And this man hopped in the booth. Well, I think he was on the round. Well, you was on the round 2 crew, or did he come? Yeah, he was on the round 2 crew because the first one that was when AJ and I was in. But then by the second joint, he was there and came in there and flamed the joint. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, like yeah, this dude is bananas.
Yeah.
And then I just find it so powerful, man. Like that. Then I find out you actually ran. Wait, how does somebody straight out the mud from the heart of Glenarden, then in his adult life he runs for city council and wins and drops a rap album on that day? What? Like who? If that ain't black excellence, if that ain't black business, black boss, like that's like off the muscle. Like what? I ain't never heard of nobody do that before. That's crazy, man. Like
Neither have I.
you know,
I ain't even. I just heard it tonight for the first time. I don't know who did that. Whoever did that, that's great. I just heard it tonight. Sure, though. Much love and respect, dog. For sure.
yeah, definitely. And I think it also speaks to the further extension of the power of our region. You know what I mean? And what we've been talking about around the whole DC and DMV culture and how we've been trailblazers and trendsetters for years.
Yeah.
And how we set tones for things that others did not do before we did it.
Sure.
Even if they didn't give us credit for it. And see, Black Broadway embodies all of that, all the way from the elders in the 20s, all the way up through now, in business and finance and politics, in art and education, the whole nine. So real quick, let's tap in with the comments, man. I'm interested to see what everybody been saying in there. Like, man, I appreciate y'all once again for tuning in with us to return to Black Broadway. You did.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So shout out to Joseph Isaac Jr. on YouTube checking in. Said, yeah, Councilman Reese. So definitely appreciate that. Shout out to C. Nickens on YouTube as well for showing love. Mida 809 said Judah is the truth for real. And then she also said, I like this comment. She said, I always respect the fact that he never pretended to be from DC and he stayed true to himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's important because it's like, you know, we done had a conversations where, you know, people say they from DC and then you find out they from like Silver Spring. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it, because it makes it easier, because most people don't know, you know, some of the like the outskirts of DC. So it's a lot of times it's easier to say DC. But, you know, I always respect when people say, you know what I'm saying, I'm from Gaithersburg, or I'm from, like in your case, I'm from Glenarden. You know what I'm saying? So much respect on that. And shout out to Tierra Kane tuning in on YouTube as well. Definitely appreciate you for tuning in. And of course, our brother, you referenced him earlier, DJ Shane 202, checking in, representing Kentland. You know, so he threw out Kentland. I should say he really a Northeast dude, but you know, you know. But definitely appreciate everybody who's tapped in. And like my brother Reagan said earlier, definitely make sure that y'all please share the live, spread the word, bring some more people in. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so real quick, speaking of these flame bars, I want to get into, can we run that R2BB Cypher Jam? I need to hear Reese verse real quick. I need y'all to hear how bananas this dude's, like this dude gave us 8 bars of straight heat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta play the new records.
Oh yeah, we gonna get to that too. Trust me, we brought them new joints. Woo! Y'all didn't understand. We man, y'all, we just getting started, man. What? All right, so check it out, Reese. You want to introduce it real quick? The R2BB joint, the verse, and
I'm just here. This is your show. You know what
I'm saying? You know what I mean? I always gotta give the guests, you know what I'm saying, a little compliment. All right, so look, real quick, off the part 1, R2BB Cypher Jam. Reese Da Realist, we're going to run this verse real quick. Y'all listen to these bars, and after we listen, we're going to get down and break down some of these bars, man, because you got to hear what this man talking about. You hear me? Let's go.
Together skin and bones, protection like roof to homes. I'm working for my peeps till I die, and I'm scattered bones in the mirror facing my clone. My son, he look like my own. Woo, God, touch him, he in the zone. Unifying the zones together is my cologne. It's Reese Da Realist, highest game, baby. Glenarden zone, unifying the zone together is my cologne. It's Reese Da Realist, I got is Glenarden zone.
Hey, who got the DJ scratch? Like, how y'all do shit like that? Like, I did that for the album. Like, you got equipment over here?
Oh yeah, I got equipment over here.
Oh yeah. Oh, you live in the studio, baby boy. You didn't know it. Yeah, man.
Gotta slice it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, man. Talk to us real quick, man. Break down this verse to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know real quick before you get into the rest of it, I want to know one of the lines that stuck out to me that was real, like, wow, that's a heck of a metaphor. When he said, unifying the zone together is my cologne. Like, Reese Da Realist, highest game, baby, Glenarden zone. Like, the first part of it, like, clearly the second part is, a big up to Glenarden. But, like, that unifying the zone together is my cologne. Like, what? Like, talk to us about what that line is about, man.
I mean, so one, I'm all about unity and unifying. Anybody know me, they know that's the main thing for me. Like, I get frustrated when, like we don't come together as a people like we supposed to. So, like, I be frustrated a lot. So unifying always my main thing. So since like this the first record you sent me, and I know this was like my breakout, you know what I'm saying, to your audience and to yourself, I just felt like it was good for me to allow people into a world and let them know exactly what I stood for. So like unification is just my thing all the time. So unifying the zones is like I got a master plan, but that's the secret. That's just hinting at what I'm gonna do in the next 3 years. You know what I mean? When I say unifying the zones, like, so I got something I can't say right now, but like some people know me, I can tell you offline, but it's a secret for me. You know what I mean? Like, but if people know me personally and close, like I got this agenda that I'm trying to work at, you know what I'm saying? And they always say that, like, if you want the devil to ruin your plans, and say it too loud. So I'm just going and keep it to myself, like, for right now. But that's what that means to me. And together, I mean, and what's the next line? I don't even know my own shit. Like, I write so much stuff. Yeah, together.
Nah, trust me. I get it, brother.
Together is my cologne, I think what I say. Together is my cologne or something like that. But
yeah, like it's almost like a metaphor for a fragrance. Like that's what I got from it.
Yeah,
personally.
No, it is like that. You know what I mean? But a whiff of me, or when you passing me, or when you get a sniff of me, like, you just know that I'm just trying to have harmony. You know what I mean? Everything is just about perfect harmony, a good blend, bringing us all together. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah.
So, like, talk to us. Like, so is that like as far as other lines in it, like in your bars, give us I guess give us something, if anything, you wanted everybody to know to stand out from that was like, or was it the funnest part of what you wrote about it for you?
Play it one time. You got the DJ right there. Go ahead, DJ. You doing one more time for me.
Together like skin and bones, protection like roof to homes. I'm working for my peeps till I die, and I'm scattered bones in the mirror facing my clone. My son, he look like my own. Woo, God, touch him, he in the zone. Unifying the zone together is my cologne. It's Reese Da Realist, highest game, baby, Glenarden zone. Unifying the zone together is my cologne. It's Reese Da Realist, I got is Glenarden zone.
They want no business.
Hey, he gonna stun on me. You see, he had to do something different, right?
Of course.
Hey, for everybody watching, he had to show you I really got to clip it over here.
I couldn't do the same thing twice.
I appreciate that.
He had to stun on me like, I'm gonna do this. But
yes,
so from listening back to it, the line that really stuck with me is in the mirror facing my clone, my son, he looked like my own. And that stuck with me because like in the mirror facing my clone, I'm facing myself, and I am the product like of my son, and my son is the product of me, and he's the next generation. So that's, to me, that's a line talking about leading by example. So what I would want to see for my son, should want to see for myself. So in the mirror facing my clone, my son, he look like my own. Like, you know what I mean? So, and that's also speaking to like me being a revolutionary and wanting to uplift the people and be for the youth and lead the youth in a positive way, in the right way. So that's probably the hardest part. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Super dope.
Yeah, man. AJ, you got any questions or things you want to throw in there around all of that, brother?
I think. Well, I did wanna pull out basically two words that you said because it actually connects to one of your albums, Highest Game. So explain like that whole concept for you in terms of what highest game means for you, not only just for you as an artist, but how does it fit into like everything that you do? Because I
So
know like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I know like a lot of what you do surrounds chess. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of chess
Yeah, I
references to
noticed
what
a
you
lot
do.
of chess metaphors. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like so chess is like the highest game that you can play. That's number one, right? But highest game to me is like that's a brand I established. Highest, just meaning like Almighty God, or meaning like whatever you do it at the highest level. Like when you're doing that scratching, shit, I don't know what that is. Like, but you may do that at its highest level. So the highest and highest game that stand for doing things at your best of your ability. Like that's just mean like you do things like astronomically better than everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like if you a skateboarder, you skateboard at the highest. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, I rap at the highest. Whatever you are, you just do it at the highest level. Um and I also, I'm a spiritual guy, so highest to me this means in the clouds and the heavens, something closer to God. So that means that like whatever skill that you possess it and you give it to the world in a positive manner to the point that somebody can feed off of it and then they can give it back to somebody else. Like energy is transferable. So they can transfer it over to somebody else in a positive manner. Game is an acronym that stands for giving another man encouragement. So that's where the highest come from. So if you doing something that
Nice.
is highest, then that means that now you're going to give your skill at the highest level to another man. You're going to give that another man encouragement. And man is not gender specific. We ain't gonna leave the ladies out. It's just mean humanity. So it's just like you gonna give game at its highest level to somebody. And the chess pieces again, like my chess pieces merged together, you know what I'm saying, like this or whatever. So that just showing you unification. Like everything starts with man and woman. You can create new life, but with man and woman. We already gave God, his credit as always. Like, but from there, two divine souls can come together and create another life form. So that's why I show the unity within the king and the queen on it, and that's what it's symbolic to. And me, it just works. Like before I rap, I can just say check, like like check it out, like we about to get busy, you know what I'm saying, or game at its highest, keep the change. Like I can it's easy. It just comes natural when it's yours and it's meant for you. Like you don't overthink. You ain't got to overthink it. It's just gonna bleed out of you. So that's what it is for me. And also, I wanted to create something that can kill the prejudiceness, like meaning like if you skateboard, like I go back to the skateboarder. Like if like I know when I was coming up in school, we had like certain cliques. Like you was a nerd because you did this, or you was a gangster because you did this, or you was this because you did that. But now if we establish highest game, like and people just doing it at its highest, that means that all of these people can sit down at one table together and they can collaborate. You get what I'm saying? Because he a skateboard. Oh, he skateboard at his highest. So let me bring him in and have him talk to other dudes that may want to do what he do. Oh, you an artist? Let me bring you in so you could talk. So it kills that barrier because everybody in this room just do what they do at the best of their ability, and it ain't no reason to hate on that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 and I think that when you think about what we're doing with this whole R2BB movement, it fits in perfectly
Mm-hmm.
because it's really when you really think about it, it's a very African concept because it's everybody plays a specific role in the village. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be this whole delineation between oh you're this or oh you're that. It's like
Right.
what you do this great, I do this great, he does
Right.
this great, she does this great. Let's pool all of our resources together and make something even greater and to your point at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really what the beauty of this movement is because it's really motivating people even beyond the city. Because I mean, we've had a lot of people like tap in with us beyond just the DMV. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of people who just recognize or identify with that excellence, that identify with that need for unity. You know, so that's why I feel like your verse and all of the references that you put in there are necessary for the overall movement. I mean, just like everybody who's a part of it, but like your verse definitely, you know what I'm saying, you stick out, you know.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And I mean, and you always, everybody, we striving to operate at our higher self. So it's good to encourage people to operate at their higher self. And sometimes operating at your higher self means being in touch with your lower self. So
That's real. That's real.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, real quick, I gotta say this. While speaking of, because you spoke up the Most High. I don't know why you did that. You know what happens to me when you start talking about the Most High. So, hear me, brother. You are the first of your kind. You know what that means?
I was waiting for it. Hey, I thought you was gonna drop. I don't mean to cut you off, but he dropped the banner at the bottom. I thought it was coming up under there. I said, you know, like ESPN. I said, there you go. He about to.
Yeah,
Okay.
But what that means is you are the one that's setting the tone for those who will follow. And not just in a general sense, it's specifically your calling in the way that you've been given to do it. And you know this already because you're walking in it. But I just want to confirm in a more poignant and you know and direct way that there will be many others who will see your example and be like, oh, what box? That don't exist. He broke that already. We about to, man, look, I'm going to be a plumber and I'm going to mess around and drop 5 rap albums. Watch, I'm about to fix this. And right after that, I'm going in the studio. What you talking about? Yeah, you're called like you spoke about breaking barriers like that. That's not just you thinking up a great idea. That's a God idea that was put in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So yeah, I ain't gonna get too deep and spooky on y'all because y'all know how to do it.
You ain't spooking me. I'm ready.
You know what I mean? You know,
right.
I know y'all know that's more for the audience watching because you know I just speak from the heart and my spirit as the Most High put it on me. And one of the things, speaking of R2BB, one of the things that the Most High told me when He gave me this initiative was that this was a tool of empowerment to not only gather and unify the people, but to remind us of our greatness in Him.
For sure. I can respect it.
So, all while we looking fly in the videos and dropping dope verses, you know how many conversations I've had with people offline where they're like, yo, thank you for doing this, dog. Like, we needed this. And for me, it was just more, like I told you offline when we talked the other day on the phone, Reese, I'm like, every move I've been making, every plan that's been set within this initiative, it's all been by the leading of the Most High telling me at every moment, and then Him just connecting all the dots as they happen. I couldn't have planned this and executed it the way it happened myself.
For sure. Gotcha.
Yeah. Let's tap in with the comments real quick because I've been seeing a couple of things pop in. I want to tune in with our people because I feel like this is really a great conversation and everybody's probably feeling all the different layers and dimensions of how awesome this is.
Yeah, and this is definitely our most watched show so far, our most watched episode so far.
Hey, that's
what I'm saying. Yeah, it's been consistently high numbers.
Young, what do you say? What?
Consistently high numbers.
Like I said, first of its kind.
Brought him in. You know what I mean? So shout out to Joseph Isaac Jr. with a couple of comments. He said, "Cuz consistent with the bars." Said, "Legacy talk #highest game." Then he also said, "The highest human act is to inspire." in quotes. You know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate those comments. Let's see. Middle 809 said Reese don't remember, but he taught me how to record punching and in and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I don't remember that. You
know. So you dropping even more highest game. You know what I mean? And shout out to Popo said, "Keep on pushing, son. Stay positive." You know. And then shout out to Tara Hayward checking in with us on YouTube. So we appreciate all the comments and everybody tuning in.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. All right, so real quick, we're gonna go ahead and you actually got me sized to want to fast forward to something I was gonna say till later, but I'm gonna give it to him now. Man, let's get the snippet of Reese's verse on Muscle Crank.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, look."
Like, yeah, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all hear it. AJ, I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce it real quick, man. Give the people that heat.
Oh, you gonna let me introduce this one?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and introduce the drink, man. And AJ,
right,
go ahead and drop it.
This is Muscle Crank featuring me. I guess that's what we talking about.
Yeah, we gonna go straight to your verse, brother. We ain't gonna play the whole drink, but we gonna give him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It just
All right, for sure.
I'm about to crack the pavement, yeah, use your imagination. Oh, I'm the realest, they call me Big Reese, forgot to get acclimated. God got me activating, that was cut from close, it wasn't fabricated. People sit me up and I appreciate it, someone standing up to keep it situated. No, I'm advocating, yeah, I'm not amazing. Talk Glenarden, I'm the aspiration. Time was wasted, what's your destination? Going up and down, cause you got expiration. Lift the hood, lift the people, man, you wish you could. I'm the fittest leader, better listen good. Went through everything to get it understood. New level, dig deep, that's 2 shovels. This my time, that's 2 levels. New rules, this new rebels. Our girls get rose petals. Our boys get beef settled. Stand together, we need several. Even what you man, be careful.
Yeah, that joint crazy. I still like the other verse that I did for you on the other record, like better than that one. But that one's tough too. I love that beat. Like I love that beat.
Don't worry, we got some of that too.
Yeah, I love that beat. That beat was crazy when hey, that's the one I wasn't even supposed to be on, right? You might as well tell a story. I wasn't supposed to be on that record, right? Or was that the one I was supposed to be on?
Nah, okay, so yeah, we can bring everybody into the behind the scenes real quick. So originally, when we first was working on this track, it was originally just Uptown Shane, my other young homie named Cash Aminos. He's actually, I think he's from around Kitland or whatever, but like and myself. But then on the day we were getting ready to record, you know what I'm saying, the song, Cash hit me at the last minute and was like, "Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get there in time, homie. I'm still doing," because you know he has his own business. Speaking of black business and just being entrepreneurs, he got his own business. You know what I'm saying? He does. You know, he puts together TVs and has a whole little trucks and this and that. So he on his grind and he like, "Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it," and so I was already having Reese come through to record his verse for Acceleration Point at the same session. So then I was thinking, then the Most High said, ask Reese to write a verse just in case homie don't make it, so we can still have 3 solid MCs on the whole song. So I hit Reese up. About maybe an hour later, Reese hit me back and was like, "Oh yeah, that's what we doing. Yeah, I bet. Send me the the whole rundown on the joint." I sent him the rundown on the jump. He comes back to me like literally like 20 minutes later, like, "Yo, verse is done." I was like, "Oh," because I'm thinking my man, he in his councilman swag, he working, he doing whatever he's doing. Like I'm like, I'm expecting maybe he probably hit me, later on at some point, right? Not too long before the session. I wasn't gonna sweat it. I just put it in the hands of the Most High. And so then he hits me back 20 minutes later. It's like, "Yo, I got the verse done. I'm ready, bruh." I'm like, dang, my man is already locked and loaded. Bet. So I'm like, all right, cool, all bases covered. So then about 20 minutes after that, Cash hit me, was like, yeah, everything good. I'm gonna be able to make it in time. I was like, all right, that's a bet. Then Reese hit me like right after that again and was like, hey, I don't know if homie's showing up tonight, but even if he show up, you think you could stretch me some bars, man? That man, I just done wrote this verse already. This drink jack cranking. I was like, you know what? Let's see what it do, man. When we got in that booth, we came out with 4 smoking verses.
Yeah. I was like, hey, you can't take me off this one, young. Like I was like, yo, you gotta keep this one on here. You can't take me off this, Joe. I don't care if you would have gave me the acapella. I was like, man, shit, I need something on this, Joe. I like
Yeah,
that
man.
verse,
Yeah,
though. That joint's up.
yeah, you did muscle crank proper, man. Like just like one of my favorite lines that catches me when he was like, new levels, dig deep, that's 2 shovels. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah, that's the line that got me too.
Right. Yeah. I like I was like I like the line to be like what it say what's your destination going up or down because you got expirations. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's my favorite line. Like what's your destination? You
yeah,
going up or down because you got expirations. Like you ain't gonna be here
Woo.
long. You better make a decision. Where you
That's
going?
powerful. That's powerful.
That's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, buddy,
Yeah.
yeah, buddy,
It's like when I be
yeah.
writing, like I don't even know where it be coming from to be honest with you, because like this is honestly my process. Like first off, I like to write in the car because like I can hear every instrument. So like I like to rhyme. Like if you notice with some of my rhyme schemes, like I switch, like my rhyming pattern to change, or I go up or I go down. That's another thing that, you know what I'm saying, I learned from Judah. Let me tell you about Judah for real. It's Judah on here. Y'all see Judah name on here because Judah, hey Judah be getting
You know,
disrespectful.
Judah, he might be in a session right as we speak because
Oh
you know
yeah,
that dude
true.
don't never
Hey,
stop
listen.
working.
Listen though, this is a true story. When I first met Judah, right, we in the studio. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking I'm tight. Like I'm like, damn, I'm vicious. You know what I mean? I just did this joint called Highest Game, like my first problem, like you know, my first Highest Game joint when I was first introducing the dog. So Judah was like, yeah, man, you know, Judah did this. He did this report card, this fact check to see who I was and who was connected to me, blah blah blah. Because you know that's how you operate, right? It's OG talk. That's what they do. So like I gave him the project and was like, yo, listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Man, Judah came back. We had our first session. He was like, I was like, yeah, man, you heard the project? Like, note you, like, I think it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Judah was like, man, it's all right. Only like 2 jumps. This joint had
Oh
like
wow.
18 jumps on it.
Wow.
Like, you know, I was like, you like
Wow.
2 jumps on 18? Like,
Sheesh.
my,
He was
my
like,
core base was like,
wow.
you know, my core base was like, oh, this fire, cut. You know what I'm saying? But Judah was like, I guess like from an engineering standpoint, like he hit different. So like he was like, man, I mean, you can rhyme, but like you don't have no abs and flows. Like you get what I'm saying? Like so that's what really changed. Like if you listen to like Highest Game 1 that I created, and then you go to my first project with Judah, Should Have Hated Sooner 1. And then after that, everything else after that is like with Judah, but you can see the growth in it. And you can see now that if you listen to my rhyme schemes and my patterns, my confidence is more there because now I take my time like to make sure that because he was like, it's not that you garbage. He was like, you be saying some tight shit, but you be rushing it. Like you get what I'm saying? So now that's why like every time I rhyme, I make sure that it's like stick. You know what I mean? So I forgot where the hell I was going with this conversation, but I like I was saying that I listen to music in the car, so that way I can hear every instrument, so I can basically bounce off each instrument. But what I really wanted to highlight is that like I don't even feel like I write the music. Like I feel like it's just directed by God. So like every time I write a line, like when I wrote that, what's your destination going up or down? Because you got expirations. I just turned off the whole music and I just be like, man, God, thank you for all my gifts. Thank you for directing me in the right way. And then I go back to the records because I don't know how the hell I wrote that. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you ever do something and you be like, I don't know how that this.
All the
Like, how did
time.
I just do that? Like,
All
you
the
know what I mean?
time.
Yeah.
you know that happens all the time. But here's the thing: I want
You should pray
going
for that
back
when it
to,
happens.
so on your whole point. All right, so we back in the deep and spooky lane again. My bad, y'all, but this is what it is. What it is. But to the whole point, I think the humility in expressing the art is acknowledging it don't just come from you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the Most
It's called
High
it's
that
called it's
gave.
called a it's called a God given talent. You get me?
Bing,
Like
bing, bing,
it's called a
bing.
God given
Yeah.
talent. Cuz.
And so, and the spirit of the Most High gives us message. I like to call it impressing messages, like we're tablets that he writes on,
Mm,
and then other
yeah.
people can read these tablets that he's written on our being,
Mm,
and that comes out from our being because he's given us a voice box to project the messages that have been imprinted in our spirits and on our souls to release.
mm,
So you being the first of your kind, think about it. It's much more powerful for someone who came from out the mud and then also made something, of himself, as he didn't just become another statistic and then that was it for your life. You say the
mm,
things you saying, and on top of that, you openly give God the glory for the fact that it's him and the people he put in your life along the way to direct you on that path.
mm,
That's why you a supernova. You glowing, brother.
mm.
And you walked into the city councilman situation with a win. There's something very prophetic about that to me because no one just says, "Oh, I'm gonna have a rap album ready." Hey, look, y'all know we about to win this. So get your album together because we celebrating. All right, that was
Cause
the
we
Holy
celebrate.
Spirit, brother.
Yeah.
That was the power of the Spirit speaking to you and being like, "Listen, you are my guy. I've chosen you for this. You're gonna win."
Uh-oh.
You blinked out now, bro. You doing sign language. We can't hear none of that.
You mute, bro.
Uh
There you
oh.
go.
There
Oh
you
yeah, I
go.
was like,
Hey, what you
my
hit?
bad.
You a DJ too? You a DJ over there too? What you hit on
Yeah. Yeah. But no, seriously, that like talk to us about that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you go into? Now I know as far as the music, you was gonna drop music regardless of whether you was running for office or not. But what was the confidence in you that made you feel so strongly about it that you felt you could actually drop an album called For the Win on the day that you won? Like, we gotta hear the story behind that real quick. For you, I don't know if it's what I'm thinking it is or it's totally different, but
Man, for real, to be honest, again, like, man, they soundtracks to your life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to be honest, bro, like, I just feel like people needed to know, you know what I'm saying, like how I got here, you know what I mean? So I feel like, if you listen to For the Win from the top to the bottom, I'm giving you the metric on how to win. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, like, from where I come from, if
Mm-hmm.
you listen to everything, it's giving you the metric on how to win. Like, all my albums are like soundtracks. Like, like, we got Shoulda Hated Sooner 2 coming. But that's like Intelligent Ignorance. So if you ever see Shoulda Hated Sooner, like, yeah, this probably this the street Reese. This not really too much of the councilman guy. Like, because I just go crazy on these records. Like, this is the stuff you can listen to in the gym. But like, when I got something full length and I'm trying to really deliver a good message on it, then that's what comes out of the air for me. But I just felt like, hey, we won. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we made it. We persevered through majority of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, man, bro, like, people that know my story know I went through a whole lot to get to a place. I had to, like, find myself. I had to start reading a lot. Like, I had to tap into books. I had to tap into so many different places that, like, to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to put the word trauma. Like, we all got some of it. You know what I'm saying? But I had to tap into so many different places to get somewhere. So I just wanted to make sure that, like, everything that I did, I just always put together a positive message and send it out. And then most importantly, like, I think that's just fly to win and then had a project to show you, like, yo, like, you just won. Like, we did. And then it's a celebration for my city more than anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like Glenarden, like, we up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really what it is. It's a celebration. Like, how else are you going to celebrate? Like, what I mean? I don't really drink a lot. So, what I'm about to go eat, like, what I'm going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, other than this, keep activating. So the best way to activate is, you connect with the younger audience and you connect with a crowd by talking to them through instrumentation. So I'm gonna talk to them through instrumentation, and everybody else that understand the politics in that realm. I already talk with my win. My one just like this showed you, like, you know what I'm saying, what I'm made of. Now that this guy prove it, like I said, this what I was gonna do. Now that this guy prove it every day while I'm growing. But other than that, like the other people, we gotta show them, like, man, you could still be this and have a positive message and still bloom and blossom and still go do something great in the world without having, like, I don't know why Bama's think it's an accomplishment to go to jail. Like Bama's be like really like pressed to go to jail. Like they be coming out of jail like, yeah, I did like 99 years. Like, okay, nigga, like
So you just missed 99 years of life that you could have been doing something.
yeah,
Right.
and then that's like the poison
Exactly.
in our community where it's like, you know, black brothers think like, you know, you respect the dude because he go catch an L. Like, why is catching a big L like that like an accomplishment? You spend the last time away from your daughter, your son. Now you could create in this same cycle. You create in the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Like the reason why you landed is the reason why your son or your daughter gonna land in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know why the hell that's an accomplishment. Like you get what I'm saying? Like we glorify the wrong shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of had to say shit that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we need to start glorifying something that got a little, you know, like higher, you know what I'm saying? Like that got something higher, like a dude winning councilman that comes from the gutter. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was raised in Glenarden. That was, you know, we was shooting at people and each other when we was like 16. Like, how is that normal, bro? Like I got a 13-year-old son. Like how is it normal for my son to be carrying a Glock? Like that's retarded. Like I can't even see little homie doing that. You know what I'm saying? I look at him and be like, nigga, I would want to slap him because he got a gun. Like why would you have a gun? Like, you know, but that's what we taught in our community is to keep crashing. And I don't know if you just gonna hop in your car and go crash, but I would think that that's stupid, right? Like if you hop in your car right now, why would the destination to be crash? You know what I'm saying? Damn, go to the
Right.
gas station, nigga, go get some groceries or something. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like they tell us to hop
That's
in the
real.
car and go crash. You know what I mean? And then you got everybody like, yeah, he did 20, he did 30, he did 40. Like, okay, gang.
You be
I did
hearing young
zero.
guys be like, my first fed bed. I'm like, nigga, when did we decide we was going to even have one fed bed, now let alone two or three or four?
Like, why is that a
Like,
badge of honor?
Yeah.
like,
And I like to make a sandwich when I want to, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I love my refrigerator over here. Like
Right.
I really like to
yeah,
have a
I
nice
like
refrigerator.
walking to it when I'm ready,
You
Right.
know what I
going to
mean?
sleep when I'm ready, waking up when I'm ready.
And get to
You know what I'm saying?
choose what's on the sandwich.
Yeah, and that's definitely not to say that every dude that go is like totally they fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's why we here right now, and that's why you got the R2BB. Like that's why you got these situations because like we giving the education back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's something we misguided as a community. You get what I'm saying? So like it's important that like because I ain't want to sound biased. Like I ain't want to sound like I was just saying like every dude that went to jail stupid, like you know what I'm saying, like because like I don't know they circumstances, all of them, but the people that glorify it is what I'm speaking on,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
glorification.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
wanted to
that's
clear it up. I got homies that's in jail, and I got homies that's been in jail, and people that I had to get out. You know, nothing but not get out, but I had to go like literally put money on their books the whole time, go drive and go pick them up and all that. You know what I'm saying? And they circumstances, you know, land them there. I'm just a little smarter than the average. You know what I'm saying? I had great OGs and great like people around me. Most importantly, I had great women around me. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to do what I, you know what I'm saying, did.
Shout out to Mama and them.
You know,
that's right.
a great community. I felt, but I guess I was protected from, you know, day one. I just ain't realizing until now.
Yeah, that's powerful, brother. Word to real quick that's again another connector point because a lot of what you spoke on, like like to me, what you represent is making it cool to have a solid future in something that can make a difference,
Mhm.
and just looking super cool and swagged out while you're doing it. Like I don't know if y'all ever seen this dude's videos, but he is like the rap version of Matrix. He be
Like, no.
with the glasses on, and he
No.
look, and all of his homies, everybody in the video, all move the same way when they. I was like, this brother got it together. Yeah, man. Like everybody dressed in black, and then just
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. It's
I be
just
trying to paint pictures. Trying to paint
painting pictures, and that also word to the power of Black Broadway and the power of returning to understanding. Intelligence is just as cool and sexy and fly. And what's really gangster is having a future that don't end up with death or being behind bars. You know what I mean? Unless you behind those bars. Where you
Yeah,
spit.
yeah.
Ah,
You
ah.
know what I mean? Like real talk.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, like
Yeah.
even like to your whole point. That's actually the snippet we gave y'all, which we can't wait. You know what I'm saying? After we get this video, wrapped up to drop this single Muscle Crank for y'all, man, because the whole joint is just stupid and it's power packed with
It definitely.
glorifying being intelligent while also being from the hood. Because every last one of us from the hood, straight out the trap, and we all on there swagging in our own different way. But the message is just smacking them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, for sure.
with bars of different flavors from everybody. Like even the hook to the song. I don't know. Matter of fact, I think I sent you the lyrics because you was like, I'm not sure what is the hook saying because I spoke about it in patois. You know what I mean? So I just so everybody gets a clear depiction of how this connects. The lyrics are to all my ghetto girls and ghetto boys. We stand strong, we rise, we transform, new life, them reborn. Lay down all them we ghetto toys. We lock arms, divinely we form, we shine like God's own. Hey,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then the man come in, I'm about to crack the pavement.
You gotta tell them use your imagination. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what?
Oh, and Big Reezy forgot to get acclimated. Forgot to tell you what it was. Like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy,
Like
bro.
so, right behind that hook, he said, "I'm about to crack the pavement. Use your imagination."
Right.
Like if y'all really listening to what he's saying, bro, he already like, listen, I'm breaking the barrier off Bucks. Make space.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, man, that's powerful.
Yeah, AJ he tapped in with me. He was like, "Bro, you be spitting, bro." Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
DM me like, "Yo, you be spitting." I didn't even know who he was. I was like, "Man, thank you, bro." You know what I'm saying? That I started tracing it back. I was like, "Oh damn!" Like I didn't know where
Oh,
he even heard me from. Like I was just like, "Man, thank you, bro." I
oh, Slim,
appreciate
you ain't know. Soon as Judah put me on to you, and then I heard you in the studio, and then we started rapping some more. I went and downloaded 3 of your projects that night and sent them to AJ.
Yep. And then that's when I started digging into the catalog. What's funny though, Reese, we met on the set of the video shoot over Eastern Market, over Stadium Armory, right over there.
For real.
Yeah. I was a little heavier then though.
Damn, that was last month, man. What you talking about? What you do to lose weight that quick if you was
Oh,
a
my
little
man,
No, it
heavy?
was the
AJ
summer.
in the
It was
dojo.
over the summer.
That was the summer.
Yeah, that was the summer, bro. Yeah.
Damn, yeah. I
Yeah.
was legally blind.
Yeah, it's been a minute though. It's been a minute. Yeah.
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't know that. Like, I don't know, man. Everything happening so fast. I didn't even know that it was that long ago. Cause it seemed
Yeah.
like it seemed like this was just yesterday. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, so peep it real quick, y'all. We gonna in this order. Let's tap into the comments one more again, see what everybody talking about. Just engage the people, and then after that, we gonna play one of Reese's joints off this For the Win project, cause you just need to hear.
Absolutely.
And then after we take the little music break, we gonna tap back in, and I got some questions for you around some of the things you spoke to around brothers that you've helped out with their jail situations, because I know some of that is part of your initiative. I don't know how much of that you're at liberty to speak about, Mr. Councilman, but whatever you can share with the people, because there's some brothers and sisters out here who might have some situations where they need that kind of help.
Yeah, I feel it. Gotcha.
So, all right, what we got in the comments? Talk to us.
All right, so Popo, he said, you'll have something special and much needed in our community. He had a couple of comments, and then he also said, proud of you, Reese. He said it twice, but I got to put the one where he like really put it in the caps, the all caps to really emphasize it. So we appreciate those comments. Let me see, Tay John C. On YouTube, he said, congrats to my little big bro, always elevating himself and the game. Keep up the good work, and shout out to R2BB for showing him love. Much love and respect. Shout out to our sis, OG the Queen. on the check-in. Definitely appreciate you. And she was agreeing with you with the whole thing of, you know, how a lot of people really glorify the wrong for real. You know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate that. And she also said she wants to see this video with the all black looking like the Matrix.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that joint is fire. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, I was blown away watching that thing. I felt like I was in the movies. Like, what's about to happen next? Oh, wait, they moving this way.
Hey.
Hey, it's Tony, and the joint is so cool.
And then this
Yeah,
comment just came in from Tierra Kane. She said, "Bro got them bars for sure." For sure. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see, Joseph Isaac Jr., he had another comment. He said, "The growth is real. Proud of you, Big Cuzzo." And then CM Herring on YouTube said, "Always elevating, always inspiring, continued success." You know, so a lot of folks showing love, and we definitely appreciate the love from everybody. And then also OG the Queen said, "Not the bars, but the bars."
Yes indeed, man. All right, so look, which one you gonna give them, AJ, first? Because before we get up off here, we gonna give y'all at least one or two of Reese's joints, and then we might snippet y'all that verse off acceleration towards the end. But
That verse crazy, yeah. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that joint go
That
hard.
joint crazy, right? Like my
that joint is my man said the streets don't matter. Nigga, what? I don't even get me started. What?
Right. Chomping at the bit to play that one.
So yeah, man, which one you want to throw out there, bro?
I mean, you know, we talking Glenarden. We talking about, you know, city councilman for Glenarden. So we got to play Glenarden's finest. It's only right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can do that.
Hey.
All right. Good. All right, Reese, you want to introduce it to him, man? You know, I'm gonna put you to work tonight.
Yeah, I see you, man. I'm interviewing today. You know what I'm saying? This is Reese Da Realist, Glenarden Finest off the For the Win project. On every streaming platform.
All right, let's get it, y'all.
Reese, the big homie Shot Beef, man, just checking in with you, brother. I see you out here, you making big moves, man, and we're proud of you. The whole community's proud of you. You're showing and you're proving that you are Glenarden's finest.
Let's get it. Check. Heaven sent, but sharp as hell evolve. I'm redesigned. I got a sign. You deaf or blind. You think your music good as mine. Based on how I lived, I'm doing fine. No punches on no clock. I found peace. I guess I'm good with time. Yeah. Fully loaded. Yeah, I'm good with mine. On loot, you getting blood. Shout this niggas better not play with slime. Whoa. I burn this down and then I pay to find a bullet to your head and shift your thoughts. I'm trying to change your mind. Yeah. Turn rap. We never love your kind. Can't catch me going back. My name of business. That's the bottom line. Whoa. This for the when this ain't no overtime. They tryna cut my head off. That's cool. I bet my shoulder shine. Yeah. Real nigga, real focus, baby. You can have 100 of your ish. Why would you go for 80? Long as the car get to the goal, I don't need no Mercedes. I don't need no status symbols or money to prove I'm wavy. For real. Life is good. I say it's really gold. I made it from the bottom. Pay my dues. Not a penny owed. Like a sports drink inside the fridge. A nigga getting cold. All that street talk ain't that aging well. That shit is looking old. Plants I've grown got a problem with me. Protect them from the shade. I help them shine and now they out to get me. Old girls try and hit me. Devil still trying to tempt me. 40 on my lap, a councilman, but it's still riding with me. Moving up, they try and pinch me. Black and bold, they try and lynch me. Why you let your son think a white man coming down the chimney? Told him how to hold a sim. Fuck up all this fertile memory. Santa got a clause. Black children come to me for pennies. No, I'm going no. Forget me. Sorry, it's the God up in me. Thankful ain't no fraud up in me. Man, ain't no broad up in me. In the booth, my higher self, I'm that without a product in me. Always been a good nigga. Guess the karma caught up with me. Out like a donor kidney. Rep the ones that's border with me. Glenarden finest, I'm the best, no one has caught up with me. Shark in that ocean, only a few in that water with me. Beauty in the eye, I see that clear on my daughter with me. Telly out in Florida with me. Prince will take the border with me. Always on the go. Catch me out, better record it quickly. Helen from a gorgeous city. Watch us like a rich and Millie. We just work and handle bitty. I'm the finest in the city, nigga.
Bars galore.
My
Man,
goodness. My
man,
goodness.
Goodness.
yeah.
Like, where
And
do
that
we
joint,
even start, dog? Like,
it's so many zingers in that joint. So many.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely is.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping y'all ain't asked me what was the best line of niggas. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to pick just one. Although I will say, a line that really stick out to me. I think you said that street shit ain't aging well, is getting old or something. However you said it, I was
Yeah,
like
gotcha.
that part right there, especially with so much stuff that has happened specifically in rap. You know what I'm saying? In rap and in the streets, period. Because I mean, it's just been a lot of violence, like in and around our city, over the past couple of years, really. And all across the country, you know what I'm saying? So to hear a line like that, for somebody to say that, like, on wax, like, look, we got to put that to an end, because it's like it's just not, it's not the wave, it's not the move, you know. And to glorify it, going back to the whole thing of glorifying the wrong things, going back to that, it's like, yeah, that needs to stop being celebrated, you know.
Right, for sure. I totally agree with that, and that's what I speak for. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It ain't hard. It ain't that hard to get along. You know what I'm saying? I think we should love our women, and men should do business. Simple.
that's simple as
exactly.
that. I dig that, man. That's powerful.
Simple life. You know what I'm saying? Dudes
Yeah.
be beefing with dudes when it's like y'all supposed to like get together in this merge and figure out ways to continue to, you know what I'm saying, push the people forward, push the community forward. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I mean, you get your slice of the pie, you take it home, you raise your family, you teach your family. Other than that, like, you know, we supposed to keep the ball rolling. Be worrying about the wrong stuff all the time.
Right,
That's
exactly,
powerful.
And then if you and you
exactly.
already know, if you put into your woman and you love your woman, you know what I'm saying, it's endless, you know, the things that she can get back to you. You know, they be supernovas. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's endless. Like,
Yeah, shout out to the queens, man. They like understand the power of your birthing is not just inside your belly for physical babies.
there you go. There you go. Yeah.
It
But no,
ain't
it's
just
too many.
about having babies.
It's
It's
too many.
about nah. Go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to cut you
No, I
off.
about to just. I was just going to the. No, I'm letting you finish. I was just saying, like, yeah, because we was talking about the record. I was just like, man, it's just too much in there. I don't even know how to highlight one of the lines of that joint. It's a lot of that joint. So
Yeah, a
Oh
lot.
yeah, it's a whole lot. It's very that thing right there is powerful, man. Like
That's why I
you
picked
know,
it.
words. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's why I
yeah,
man,
that's
picked
why
it.
I
work.
It's
picked
rich. It's
it.
rich. You know, like that's
It's
one of them
rich,
joints
man.
you gotta run back a couple of times, because you gonna miss some lines the first time. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
sure.
it was some lines I missed the first couple of times I listened to it. Then I listened to it this time. I'm like, oh, I ain't catch that line that time.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's when you know that you have a gift as a lyricist, when you can keep giving people gifts in the bars, and they have to go back and listen to it again. You know,
Yeah, that's dope.
so
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
man.
Yeah, the Santa Claus line was funny though, because
Uh,
it's like, teach your kids a white man come down your chimney.
Yo,
yeah,
I
I
was like,
was like,
oh, I was
man.
like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's I love that
But,
too,
but
cause he's like,
did you peep? I'm glad he brought that up, though. When you say when you teach your kids a white man coming down the chimney, then I be like, taught him how to hold a semi, messed up all his fertile memory. I said Santa got a clause.
yep,
You know, it's a white
yep.
kids. Santa got a clause. Black kids come from me. You get what I'm saying?
I caught all that. I caught all that.
yeah, that whole segment, I was like, woo!
But did
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
But like I say, like Santa got a clause. Black children come to me for pennies, meaning like we enslaved and still working for pennies.
Yep.
So like, you know, why you teach your kid a white man coming down the chimney? You messed up all his fertile memory. You taught him how to hold a semi, because you ain't giving no values. And this Santa got a clause. Black children come to me for pennies. So we teaching them like that's the type of person that you. And I'm not racist, but anywho, but I'm saying like you teaching them that like when you want a gift, then that's who gonna bring it to you. Like, bro, I'd be damn if I worked all year for my kids to thank some dude in a red suit about to come down the chimney. You
Come on
bugging.
now.
You
Come on
bugging, bro.
now. Yeah.
Before I slide down my chimney in a onesie for my kids, you tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you giving up 80 hours, you know what I'm saying, to go work, and then in return, you're going to be like, well, it's the Christmas spirit. Like, no, I'm Santa. Here's the Christmas spirit. Like, I ain't taking away from their spirit by saying Daddy Santa Claus too. Like they think you superheroes anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, but it's
Especially,
like
especially if you doing what you supposed to do as daddy.
fact.
That's
But
right. That's
it'd be the
right.
psyche though. To me, it'd be like the things that be in the mind, the things that you implant. Like so subconsciously, it's almost like as your kids get older, you teaching them like that's who you go to for opportunity. Santa got the claws. Black children come to me for pennies. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that's why I
Yeah.
was really going with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like nah, like you should be able to look at your
Double
own people.
entendre.
You should be
Yeah.
able to look at your own people, or you should be able to look towards your parents for the opportunities. Or we should
That's
be
right.
just providing them in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And I love layered bars like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I definitely didn't look at it just face value. You
Thank
know what I
you,
mean?
man. Appreciate
I was like, nah, there's layers to that
Yeah.
because it's deeper than just white man coming down your chimney. It's the
Yeah.
dependence. It's this
Yeah.
it's the whole
There you go.
savior complex. You know
There
what I'm
you
saying?
go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Bama can't even fit down the chimney. He be fat as a mother- Like, it's no way he got down that chimney, bro. And then you left him a cookie too. He don't need another cookie. He don't need no more cookies. He need a treadmill. Now, if Santa was running on a treadmill after he dropped the gifts off, that makes sense. You slaying them poor deers, pulling you. You like 600 pounds, them deers hurt.
That's why Rudolph nose really red.
Really red. Yeah, he exhausted. He needs some water.
Yeah, my man tired from dragging that 500-pound Santa.
He needs some water. You know what I'm saying? Red-nosed reindeer needs some aqua. Agua. Like, you know what I'm saying?
man.
Come on, man.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
damn. The whole motto just look funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And who gave him the red suit? Why the suit? With the black belt. And you know that black belt is the waist trainer. You know it. Say nothing.
Hey, we about to put next.
It ain't working.
Look, we about to put next to name councilman, fire rapper / comedian.
Right.
My man said the black belt is the waist trainer whole time.
I'm gonna come down with the whole aerobics red suit. You know what I'm saying? The Dior section joint. You know what I'm saying? And drop out the joint and then grab a cookie. Get out of here. You bought the wrong gifts in here. You exhausted. You left some of them on the sleigh. I'm missing something down here, Sam.
Oh man.
Hey, look, for all y'all out of towners, this is called DCD&B Culture 101. We can sit here and Joan forever with this, right? Just keep kind of blah blah. Yeah, man. We play. As my
it's crazy.
yeah,
Go ahead, man.
as my auntie used to say, we play the dozens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
but yeah, AKA Jonah. But yeah, man, the powerful expression with that, man, just pointing everybody back in the direction of celebrating the real heroes. Because if your mama and your daddy and your auntie, your grandma, whoever is the one working to make a way, why aren't we celebrating them and what they given during the Thanksgiving time? Even in the spirit of celebrating for those who are spiritual people, the spirit of celebrating Yahshua, the whole point of celebrating Yahshua is the spirit of giving you love, not the materialism. So
That's
why
right.
an imaginary dude getting credit for the work that Yahshua blessed your family, the ability to be able to provide?
Then he got you coming and sit on his lap. That's weird too.
That brings up look. That's a whole another word to the year. Nothing against my European culture folk who might be watching who ain't on this tip, but y'all know some of y'all ancestors, they history with that, that pedophilia and that, all that other type of little act sitting on my lap though. A little, especially if it's a little black boy or a little black girl.
And then who he calling the ho ho ho? That's what I want to get. Who he calling the ho ho ho?
As soon as you said that, all I could hear was the Santa on Christmas Story when he pushed Ralphie down the slide. How?
I'm gonna come slaying through your hood, calling everybody a hoe. Ho ho ho! Nah, you crazy. You crazy, man. Get off my roof. And you too big to be on my roof. You about to knock my and roof's expensive, bro. Roof's expensive. You can't be
Yeah, he
landing on
about
my
to have
roof.
you doing roofing work and all that.
Hey, how
Right,
you gonna
right.
charge me for a parking spot and he get to land on my roof? That's crazy. I ain't gonna say no more. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Hey, yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, so look, y'all, real quick. So, all right, on a serious note, you share with us some of, just your perspective on why you like to empower, why you like to inspire and unify, and to also give the youngins, something different to think about. You also spoke about some of your homies who have been incarcerated, and some people you've also helped. As I know, as a city councilman in Glenarden, one of the initiatives that you have shared with me about how you have a program or a partnership that deals with record expungement and a few other things around that. Talk to us a little bit about how what's going on with that and how that works, and for
Yeah.
young brothers or sisters who might be listening who might need some help in that department.
Yeah, so like last year, me and Councilman Herron, we did he another councilman in the city. We did an expungement fair, you know what I'm saying? Basically just trying to give brothers, you know what I'm saying, like a second chance in their communities, trying to clean up everything and they, off their record. As far as like weapons charges, we can't really get off gun charges and nothing like that, which we think is ridiculous. So we trying to see if we can work with, the state and figure out, a situation where we can, work that situation out. So it's a lot of details that go into that. But what we wanted to do was just clean up, unnecessary stuff. Brothers be having things on their record that be holding them up from like living life. Like I personally know brothers that's like got married and got kids, and all they trying to do is just do great stuff. Like I mean, not even trying to do great stuff. Like they are doing great stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like and stuff like that. They just don't want it to be there. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't want nobody to pin nothing on you that like that's not defining who you are. So it shouldn't stick. You get what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna stick something on me from a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Like, that I may have made when I was like 15 or 16 years old. Like, at some point, we got to figure out how we can, what I'm saying? Like, figure out a program or something to run to, clean, like, do stuff up. So, I mean, we did that. I don't remember the exact month, but I think it was like last fall we did it. And then coming up now, I believe that we aiming for like April to see if we can try to get a situation together, me and the councilman Hearn, and see if we can get another situation going. So, if people that follow me on social media, that's at Reese Da Realist, you'll see me eventually put something up or a flyer come up because we're going to really try to get it kicked in. It's something annual we do. Like, we trying to do it like every year. But we work with state's attorney's office. The city paid for it. You know what I mean? It's a lot into it. Yeah, but it helped.
So, like, have y'all been able to have some success around helping some brothers get get
Oh
get
yeah,
to that?
we had a super huge turnout. You would be surprised. Like, well, you wouldn't be surprised, but we had a super huge turnout. You know what I mean? And we actually did help a lot of people out that came out. You know what I mean? And a lot of some people I knew personally, some people I ain't know at all. So yeah, we had some people that came out and we had a good turnout on it. And hopefully this year we'll have a better turnout. You know what I'm saying? But it was really good. It
Yeah,
was
man,
helpful.
that's
You know, I,
powerful. Go ahead, brother. I mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I actually have a question for you, based around your experience as a council member. I mean, you're new to it.
Mhm.
So like, and I know having worked in the DC council before. I wasn't a council member, but like I've worked for a council member before,
Mhm.
and when he was brand new into the council, so sometimes like it can be quite the transition into that position and really trying to understanding the lay of the land. So
Mhm.
like how has that experience been for you in terms of understanding like those different aspects of different entities and checks and balances and how different agencies work together, including, what I'm saying, the council, how you work with these different organizations or these different agencies or just the community period. And really kind of sort of using your experience, your personal experience to kind of sort of inform what you do as a council member.
Um, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna answer this correctly, but I'm gonna try. I don't feel like it was so learning the law is just like the challenge, and that's not really much of a challenge. That's just a learning curve. That's something that you're gonna get past. So of course you gotta learn legislation, you gotta learn the charter, you gotta learn all of those aspects of it. But I feel like when you like when you sign up to be a council member, like you don't want to get into like me. I don't really play politics, so I come in as my authentic self. Like the same way that I joke with y'all is the same way that I would joke on the council. Like I just be who I am at all times because I believe in giving the people something real, and giving them something that they can identify with. Going to eventually have to be something real. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to come in my house and I'm council member Harrison 1 minute and then I'm Reese the next minute. Like I just try to be the most authentic person, but my intentions are pure. And as long as your intentions are pure, that's always going to shine out. So like me, when I'm doing things again, like my stuff go back to unity. So I'm always looking for things that's gonna like bring the people together and the community together. That's always my thing first. Like peace is my thing first. But I can't not say that. Like I might not accidentally like slap you, like you know what I'm saying, because that can happen too. But I mean, we all human beings. Like you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
but that's real. You can't tell your kid you won't accidentally hit them. Like, oh, when that is not, it wouldn't be an accident. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, you at some point, like, you know what I'm saying, you learning to have great restraint. Like, nah, but
Yeah.
I'm just so basically what I'm trying to say is like I'm myself at this authentic like form. And there's
Yeah.
one thing that I heard is like, if you're gonna judge a man, you gotta judge him by everything. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't
Yeah.
just be like, oh, he makes rap music, so he's this type of way. So like for instance, like people to tell you who I am from having personal conversations. So it's like you're gonna have to dive into every aspect of who I am as a person before you can draw a conclusion on what I am. So when people talk senseless, like then just be like, well, his record said so and so, so and so. That's the culture of where I'm from. That's what happened. Now, if I'm expressing that on a platform that's as broad as hip hop music, then you should think that that's a problem. But you should also respect me for making it here from that stuff. You get what I'm saying? But now it should be like, oh damn, like I'm just basically reporting the things that happen there while I'm activating to do the positive things. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to neglect watching a movie if it look good, whether it's murder or killing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they watch that Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. I ain't even watched that. Like I can't even fathom somebody eating people. Like that's weird as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you
Yeah.
ain't,
That's
you know what I
up.
mean? So it's
Mm.
like it's like people picky and choosy, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to stay as authentic as possible because like when you start to be unauthentic, then you're gonna skirt off into something else, then you're gonna code switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So so the initiatives that I put in place, like expungement fairs or cancer awareness events, like these are all things that's dear to me. You get what I'm saying? So basically all I'm doing is finding the things that's affecting the community in a bad way. and then then I'm making right on those things that's happening. You get what I'm saying? So everything that I'm
Absolutely.
putting forward is always great stuff. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, like I don't know if I really answered your question, but it's like I don't really skirt off into like it's not a lot for me. It's a lot for me to learn from their level, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not really a lot for me to learn from how I just naturally have a certain type of aura that I'm just gonna put out. Then
Yeah.
I do a lot for dudes, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot for people in general, you know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody gonna back me when somebody talk crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That does actually that perfectly answers my question. Especially like the part about how who you are informs what you do differently than say maybe somebody who's in it who does play the politics game, because I mean,
Mhm.
you being on the council, like I said, me having seen it, working for a council member, I see the politics. Well, I've seen the politics, you've seen the politics, you know what I'm saying, I'm
Mhm.
sure Regina, you've seen it, like in in your experiences dealing with people, because the thing is we've all dealt with people on that level, and the thing is a lot of times, for me, I always respected people who they're the same on or off, you know what I'm saying, whether the camera's on them or whether the camera's off of them,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think that's
yeah.
why, like, when you think about somebody like, say, Marion Barry, why,
Mhm.
Mayor Barry, why he was so respected, because the same person you got on camera was the same person
Mhm.
you got off camera. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, having shadowed him, like, I saw it. Like, he wasn't just
yeah,
like Mr. Mayor. He was like, that's who he was. Like, he was
yeah,
gonna give you the real. And I think
yeah.
when you are your most authentic self, you galvanize people even more. They, like, people will run through brick walls to help you or stand by you or back your name or defend your honor. You won't even have to say a word for yourself. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see,
Because the people will.
yeah, see, and one thing that I want to respond to on that is like what you just said. That's the old day though. Like when you your authentic self in the old days, then it matters. Now, all the fake, phony stuff is what appeals today. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
person like me can can like operate in my full 100% self. But me, I get crucified way more than a person that they know is activating in a fake manner. Like I watch like people like you say about politics, like it's to me it's disgusting, bro. You don't think it's disgusting when you see a person that's you be like, bro, like you is a whole gimmick. Like I watch somebody stand up,
Yep.
you know, move the shirt like this, straighten up the tie, and then they get to speaking in a voice that he wasn't even. You just said what's up to me in the parking lot. You ain't even sound like that. Like you know what I mean? Now they put on
Code
this
switching.
busy mean and bright people of America. Like come on, bro. Like you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's cool to be yourself, and then I feel like when you're not being yourself, and when you put yourself in so many different characters, eventually you can't even make it back to yourself. And then
Right.
the cost of that is way deep. The cost of that is way bigger than the cost of you just being yourself. Like think about it. If you always operating yourself, like at the end of the day, you know who you are. But when you operate in so many different people, you can even lose your family and everything in the process because they'll
That's right.
forget who you are. Because you will forget who you are. You get what I'm saying?
That's real. That's
That
real,
makes
bro.
sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, if that
Perfect
makes
sense.
sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I
the
gotta
power of
activate the Reese.
authenticity.
You get what I'm saying? I gotta activate this Reese. Everything, everywhere that I go, like I gotta be the same person. I want people to be able to experience me before I'm not here. You know what I mean? Like whoever I am, I'm gonna give you the full 100% me. Like why I'm here.
Yeah.
And I know that may seem off to some people. They may, you know, because they question authenticity. Like that's the thing about this world. It's like we question all the authentic people. We don't question the fake people.
Right.
It's just it's like he got the bag. We don't care what he do because he got a bag. Like or he on a camel or whatever he doing. Like we won't question him, but the people that's authentic that don't really need all of that extras. You know what I'm saying? That's the people that you want to look down on or you want to have the most opinion on. You know what I'm saying? But
Cause cynicism is the wave in the world. Unfortunately, people are taught to mistrust something that's real because they haven't really experienced it because so many fake people been around them, you know. Or like you said, fakeness is celebrated so much in society, from politics to entertainment to so many different areas of life to business. You know what I'm saying? Like just lying or just not being your truest self. So it's like that's what people respect as real is the fake.
It's the fake, yeah.
You know,
Like, oh, that's such a good person. Yeah, right. Like, you know what I mean? Like you really think that. Like, you don't even know who that person is to say that that's such a good person.
Right.
That ain't even that real person for real. That's
No.
like that's a clone of himself. Like that ain't the real himself. Like, but anywho,
Yeah, man, that's powerful, man. I love every minute of it, man. Just big up to you, brother. You know, for especially for you being young as a councilman. You know, most dudes who end up getting these type of offices, they be old as dirt. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then no disrespect to any of the elders who doing the good stuff, but a lot of them be having empty titles. We ain't gonna get on that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, shout out to the councilman. I forget the brother's name. Forgive me, OG, if I forgot your name. But the brother that you said took you under his wing. I think I met him when we did the video shoot for
yeah, you
Front
did.
Women.
Yeah, Herring.
Yeah, man, that's a solid OG right there, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I got a lot of solid OGs from my dad to my homie Black, my homie G. I shouldn't have started name dropping because if I forget somebody, then it's gonna be bad for me.
You gonna hear about it.
But you know, we got Judah, we got my homie Allen, and then even some of my peers is considered to be OGs to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of my peers is you can sponge knowledge from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
but like I got to a point in life where I just hang around like a lot of older people. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. That's what's up.
What's up? Hey, real quick. So we're gonna do two things. One, we gonna I'm sorry, I specifically have to make a personal request for a spin of what's the name of the For the Win joint, the actual title track For the Win.
Oh, for the win, yeah.
Because it's just, to me, it just everything you saying on there just embodies all of what's been going on in this conversation. So we're gonna go ahead and give y'all a spin of that For the Win. Then when we come back, we're gonna jump in on the comments, check in with everybody one more again to see what's popping, what everybody got to share, what they got to say, and then we gonna close out with a sneaky piggy or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what it is yet. I'm gonna let y'all see.
Yeah.
Reese Da Realist. For the win.
For the win.
Yes. Give me
For the
one
win
second.
or for the win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Give me
for the
one
win on the project for the win that he dropped on the day that he won City Council in Glenarden.
second. Because we got to mention that again. Because it's
Yeah.
important. It's
I'm
important.
gonna say, listen,
It's timing.
I'm gonna say it as many times as I can
Yeah.
because it's very significant,
Yeah.
especially for those of us who know what it's like to come from out the trap and then try to do something different than what you saw going on around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. And it's divine timing. I think like when you talked about it earlier, Reese, like all I heard was divine timing in my head. You know, everything happening when it happened. And then to close out the project with that. You know what I'm saying? That's genius.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm just trying to pull this joint up real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, man. While AJ is pulling that joint up, man, like, what would you say was significant for you about the verse that you wrote that we're going to sneaky peek it later? You know what I'm saying? Without even telling them what the song is, but what talk to me about the significance of, because I know you said that particular one is actually your favorite out of the all the drinks so far we've been collaborating on.
Mm. Why you finding it?
I got it.
I probably need to answer that after I listen. I just do too much music, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie.
I love it.
I love it. I listen to it a little, you know, like yesterday. I know that I listened to it, but it's like I do so much because see, this is the thing at the process, and like while I'm working on your music and I'm doing features, I'm also working on my album. So like while I'm working on mine, it's like I'm writing so much material, then I'm forgetting what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Because I got so much stuff. Like I got like 6-7 songs just like penned, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the fact that I'm penning, you know, verses for other people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I could dig it.
So it's like I ain't, it ain't really on my head, excuse me, but I'm gonna try to remember why he playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I got For the Win up now, so we can go ahead and play that. Yeah, and then I guess we can come back and discuss the sneaky peeky a little later.
Yeah. Let me find the vocals while we listening. I'm gonna find the vocals so I can look at it, so I can remember.
All right, that's about. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, Reese Da Realist, For the Win, off of For the Win on a day when he won. Oh my bad! Did I say that again?
You gonna say it again?
I said my bad. Did I say it again?
You did. You did. All right, let's get it.
It's for the win, we up. Reese Da Realist, it's for the win, we up. Yeah. I'm the one now. I'm the uno, don't sleep on me like a nightgown. Underground with the plumbing, I put the pipe down. Still glow in the dark when they turn the lights down. I'm still cursed cause I'm dark and they think I'm Mike Brown. It's highest game in all black, but we got the light now. Ain't good with the AR without the sights now. Put you on chill till the bottle go bring the ice down. Still whipping, but move my goes out the kitchen. You black and you whip white and you straight to prison. It's funny, it was all legal, we got our weapons. I'm supposed to be celebrating, let's get it. Jody, get me a section, I love the room with these peasants. I need a girl to say yes, bitch, cause she pleasant. A bunch of niggas ain't done shit, but still rapping. Imaginary guns on their hip, but talk weapons. This for the win, but this far from a celebration. Find my purpose from God, this your invitation. Hood hero, I'm working, I snuck my cape in, yeah. Election one for the trenches, I got it straight this year. Reese Realist, heads in the clouds, I emerge from these cheap ceilings. Tongue tied with it where God is, let's talk business. Your life and my life, it's just different. It's real in the field, but these real ones is done picking. Live by the coast, hit my phone when you done switching. 2020 scope, I'm no joke, I got vision. Fourth down with 2 more to go, with a knife in it. 5 seconds on the shot clock, I'm winning. Let's go. Oh, let's go. This how it sound when you left and you got it equal rights, sleep on me, sleep softly. We gon' take this up a notch until police want me. Ooh. Something like that.
Man, crank.
Just banger after banger. I don't know if y'all listening to all these songs, man, but this dude is retarded. Like this lyrics is just like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
y'all ain't
also-
sold,
Nah, go ahead, bro. My bad.
nah, I was just gonna say, if y'all ain't sold to get for the win and then dig deeper into his catalog from there, then y'all ain't been listening. I'm just gonna say that right now, and I'm gonna say that. And I told Reese this after I listened to the album, because I literally hit you while I was in the gym listening to this album. I was like, look, this gonna be in my, like, when I talk about albums of the year, like this gonna be on my list, like for sure.
Thank you. I
For
appreciate it.
anybody.
Like the stack of your project for the win project need to be in every gym across the country. You hear me?
Seriously.
Man, your music is gladiator music. Like think about. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna just before we get into talking about the final sneaky peeky. In the spirit of talking about Black Broadway, because we talked about in the other episodes how Black Broadway is Black excellence, Black, you know what I'm saying, business, Black enterprise. Talked about how, as far as finances and wealth, talked about, the significance of Black Broadway being our version of a Black Wall Street or a Tulsa. And also talked about the different sides of the culture as far as art, as far as jazz, funk, R&B, go-go, all of that. And then also word to the college, culture here at Howard and beyond, the marching band culture. Like, did y'all listen to by the way, who made that beat?
I was about to run off the camera. I don't know. I forgot. Hey, to be real with you, that's the first track off the project, and that's the bonus. That's the first track I recorded for the whole thing.
Oh wow.
So like so that's the first record that set the tone for it. But see, it's funny, right? Because it wasn't gonna make it. It wasn't never supposed to be on the project because sonically it don't sound like the rest of the project. So we had to drop it at the end to close it out, right? So like if you listen to Mr. Harrison is like the elevation. Like everything, like all my albums tell a story. So the last song is Mr. Harrison because like, man, we elevated from Reese Da Realist and all that. Like now, we grown in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So no longer Reese is Mr. Harrison to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I say on the record. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had to fade that out, let the champagne cork pop over. You can hear them pouring the glass, and then we run into, hey, for the win, we up, just to, bring it back up. But actually, that wasn't even never supposed to make it. That was the first.
I don't know why not, because that thing is retarded.
Yeah, I had a whole nother sound for the project than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like that was my original sound for the project. I was going with like, you know what I'm saying, like that big like instrumentation feel, and then after that, I just started recording other stuff, and I was like, yeah, that one is not gonna fit. So I was going like back and forth, and it wasn't really about to make it, but I kind of felt like it needed to. So that's why we dropped it at the end of the project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was originally that was the intro. That was the intro before Risky.
Honestly, I feel like whether you would have put it at the beginning or the end, bro, because think about the entrance. It's a bum, 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 like what? You got the whole marching band.
Yeah.
Like what? You got rotor drums, you got timbales, you got the all of that.
But if you listen,
what?
But if you listen to Risky, like I just like inspire, since people listening, I just inspire y'all to play Risky now. Like if you hear Risky, you can figure why that's number one over that one. Like I mean, and the people can comment, like, could y'all play Risky? Just like snip Risky, like because that's actually the intro on it. I just felt like it would be more appealing to a larger demographic than what For the Win would have did. Because For the Win would only have captured people that's actually got that artsy side. You get what I'm saying? But like this play Risky real fast, just so we can just compare. But I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this was a no-brainer to pick Risky. You get me?
yeah, as the opener for the
Yeah.
album.
And then I stopped there like, man, I don't fold off for nothing. I'm thugging. You know how I'm coming. Gave us the ball in our city, and we do a marathon in it. You know that we run it. No disrespect when it come to the family. Aiming and thumping. You know how I'm coming. I go to work. Yeah, I give you the work when it come to the working. You know how I front it. Like mess with me, youngin. They say you did it, my nigga. I know how I done it. Like Marvin, I know how I'm coming. The world gave you nothing but youngin. I knew I was something. Like you get what I'm saying? Making the way. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, we can just play it. You know what I'm saying? But it's more.
You rap so much of it.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
like,
it.
it was better coming from you.
Man, what? Cause you catching everything he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull it up.
Mm-hmm. And then the people in the comments, they can blue, like, yeah, nah, this should have been, or nah. They can be like, we could have swapped it up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it was a better closer though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this one was Risky, was like undeniable. Like this would have got everybody. I guess it was the baseline too. I was like, ooh, this thing crazy.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. All right, I got it pulled up. Boom. All right, let's hit him with it.
All right. Check. Huh?
Man, I don't fold up for nothing, I'm thugging, you know how I'm coming. Gave us the ball in our city and we do a marathon in it, you know that we run it. No disrespect when it come to the family, aiming and thumping, you know how I'm coming. I go to work, yeah, I give you the work. When it come to that work, yeah, you know how I fight. Fuck with me, young. They say you did it, my nigga, I know how I done it. Marvin, you know how I'm coming. The world said you nothing but young and I knew I was something. Making new way, they got enough for free, now we making them pay. Making them pay, y'all like a minute too late and we need it today. We on the road, I got the side for them days that I slept in the cold. OG said stay on your toes, I sit up too high, I'm so high, I'm a brick to a nose. Stay watching but I never pose, I just knew stand on your 10 a year, we never froze. I'm shining and that's for the foes, if shorty to study a nigga, I probably propose. Niggas is whack, too many questions, I promise I hang up the jack. Generals come from the back, gotta be soldiers for you in the front with the straps. This for the wizard, circle the block until niggas get busy. This for the city, front line in this shit, man, I know it get risky. Front line in this shit, man, I know it get risky.
That's all we gonna get him. We gonna get him. Just
Y'all gotta go actually go listen to it off the album.
That's right.
That's the best verse. The second one, I ain't waiting for no one. I'm taking my time with it. I'm dominant. Before the election, my character would make me prominent. Whoa. I should go cop me a rose. I should take pictures with wifey to show that we goes. Know that we black and we bold. Look at your pictures, your soul, I can tell it was sold. Back to the rap. Natural born leader before he was racing the trap. We on the map. Like, all right. I say I'm so to speak. If I'm speaking, I'm speaking. See the militia is highest and waiting for play. Cash, no Apple Pay. Adam, he played with that apple and he had to pay. Come on, yeah, God, come on, young. Cash, no Apple Play. Adam, he played with that apple and he had to pay. Try me, I'm winning. That's crazy. Like that was my favorite line on that record. I had to highlight that one. Like,
that's a line you gotta say twice. You gotta say it twice.
No Apple Pay. Adam, he played with that apple and he had to pay. All right. That's crazy.
I love lines like that.
It's so many bars throughout that whole project, though. It's that whole project sick.
Yeah, for real. Again, that's why it's in my top list for 2022 from anybody, major, independent, whoever is in my top 10. Actually, it's in my top five for the year. So if that don't convince y'all to go out and get this project, man, I don't know what else we can do.
I don't know what y'all calling yourselves doing out here. Y'all loafing, man. That thing right there. And by the way, I do agree. You know what I'm saying? With your cousin, Risky is definitely a fire intro. I definitely can understand why you felt like, let me just do this real quick. Now, I will say the musician in me has a certain type of affinity for that for the wind joint, just because all of that.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, from the RC standpoint, like I definitely
Yeah,
get it.
from the standpoint of me just being an artist, but the hood side of me definitely understands why you was like, let me give him the risky first.
Yeah. And then also the first record that played is what's going to determine if they're gonna keep listening.
That's right.
So if I would have went with bump bump, like imagine people that ain't even really into the marching band field, they would have listened to that and been like, this wasn't the one. Like they may like the lyrics, but then again, you got to ask yourself how many people listen to lyrics. But if you give them a fly beat, they'd be like, they prone to this naturally learn your stuff because they like the bop. They'd be like, oh my god, like I like this one. They don't even care what you're saying at that point. They just like it's like
the bop. Yeah,
because I believe like no record is a bad record if you arrange it right on your project. That's what I always tell artists.
Everything.
No record is a bad record if you put it in the right spot. Now, if you just be like, oh, like you, because some artists don't know how to arrange their work. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to make sure that it flow. Like I be listening over and over again when I record records. How I play a record, I can naturally hear this record coming after it. But no record is a bad record if you put it in the right spot. Now it's a such thing as a bad single though, but it ain't no such thing as like a bad record. Now, unless you just trash, I don't know. But I mean, and then even with that, like, it's a demographic. It's people out here for everybody. Like, ain't nobody really garbage because certain people like different stuff. But if you put stuff in the right spot, bro, I
that
swear
was
to God,
a nice way of putting it.
I mean, yeah, if you put stuff in the right spot, I swear to God. And me, if you listen to all my projects, I got strong intros.
That's true.
I got strong intros.
Yeah,
except for this one coming up. Yeah, this project coming up, my intro a little slow. It's called Made Man, but it's heavy with the bars though. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. However you want to start it. Ooh, your cousin said chopped and screw outro of Risky went crazy sonically too. Yes, I loved how you flipped that drink. Like I was like, oh. When that part came up, I was geeked too, man. You on point, baby boy.
Nah, he be on point. Like he crazy, man. I'm gonna tell you now, cause like he pick They Do as the single. He was like, cuz this slaps. Like I was just like, you sure? He was like, yeah. I said, all right, cuz he a DJ too. So I was like, all right, well, we just go with this one.
Shout out to the DJs.
Yeah. So They Do end up being that one for real.
And what's funny about that is that if you look on like Apple Music, like in terms of this project, it's the first song that comes up in terms of your top songs.
They Do is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
it's the first song that comes up.
Yeah, that drummer.
So cuz I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. I ain't even know that joint was gonna be much money.
Yeah.
But this next project, I guarantee you, like this next project is like crazy. Like if you like bars from that one, I'm like 30 times better than that project. And then what makes this one so special is that when I do Shoulda Hated Sooner, if you ever see Shoulda Hated Sooner by me, I'm lyrically free. Like I'm not looking for the appropriate things to say. I'm just going off.
Yeah.
Like, cause Shoulda Hated Sooner is like a statement. Like you get it. Like you shoulda hated on me. Like when I first made it. Like even though my projects make sense. Like I Cared. Then after you dropped I Cared, you got I think High's Game to introduce you to the movement. Then I got I think I got Shoulda Hated Sooner because like you shoulda hated on me before I got to this level. And then then it's like, then I give you Highest Game 2, the Soul Searching Project, which is probably like my least favorite to everybody, but that one was personally for me because I was shedding skin.
Yeah.
And then after that, we come back and we banging with, I forgot what comes after that, but you know what I'm saying? And then we hit them with For the Win. So then now Shoulda Hated Sooner 2 is like you can't stop me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because I already created a legacy now to the point, like I tell my peers all the time that like, if I was to die today, like I'm already a legend because I done a lot of stuff that was like, unsaid, like I already really made myself a staple. Like I've touched people personally in different ways, like you know what I'm saying, and several people at that. And for my city, I've made history. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like I can't never really lose because I already won, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? All I can do now is just keep doing God's work. Like, but other than that, like I already won. You know what I mean? But this project, I'm telling you, like every time you see something say Shoulda Hated Sooner, just know I'm going crazy. Like I'm just going crazy.
Yeah, man. All right, real quick, let's tap back in with the comments here. One more again before we slide up out of here, man. See what everybody talking about, man. Again, also we appreciate y'all for rocking with us this whole journey, man. You know, checking in on the R2BB podcast with my man Reese Da Realist, man. Been giving us his firework in here, man. Just bananas,
That's right.
bars, and just amazing, you know, just poignant message, man, and expression about, you know, just stamping for the culture and for God and for, you know, Black excellence and for just, you know, kingdom excellence and just across the board, man. You know, stand up guy. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, so I read a couple of the last couple of comments because a lot of the other ones I showed on screen already. But let's see. OG the Queen, she said exactly, and then while enjoying that bop, they hear them bars and that catch their attention like this is stick up. Like who not gonna pay attention with that heat up in their waist?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a bar.
That is a bar. Hey, well, she is a rapper, so
Yeah, that's a bar.
yeah. So and then Joseph Isaac Jr. Cuzzo, he said I was there when he recorded it. I saw him record Risky and They Do. Said living legend, keep going up, cuz. And then Popo said, okay, Reese, Dad was in the house, time to hold the steering wheel. Love you.
Yeah.
And then OG the Queen, she said, nice show as usual, but tonight got a little extra lit. How y'all lit up Santa? LOL. Hey, had to let her know real quick, you know?
Man. Awesome. So look here, good people, we appreciate y'all once again. The Return to Black Broadway podcast show, Return to Black Broadway movement. The whole town is still lit, from the DC inside the city all the way to the outskirts of the whole DMV region. We shutting it down one time in the game. My main man Reese Da Realist in the building, the first ever city councilman to drop a fire rapper on the day.
Hey, he ain't letting up, yeah?
Nope.
He ain't letting up on it.
Not at all, because
he was taping me and he was like, hey, you a city councilman too? I was like, he said, hey, no, that's crazy.
That's insane. And I celebrated because, you know, I understand what it is to have to come from dealing with all of what we deal with in this region, man. You know, a lot of people don't understand that in addition to some of the politics and different aspects of things that happen in the culture, on a spiritual level, there are principalities and strongholds that reside specifically over the DMV that try to block everything positive that God dropping. And it's up to people like us who are keepers of the culture and who are of like spirit and mind and kind of the Most High to position ourselves to shift that. And you, sir, are one of those people.
Appreciate it.
Give it up for Reese Da Realist one more time in the building.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. So
we about to play the acceleration point, right?
Yes, indeed. You
I like like I was going kicking. I ain't even mean to cut you like that, but you was trying to get me to introduce the other records. So listen, like this one now, to get back to your question, because I opened my phone and I was like, let me go ahead and read the lyrics. Like I think like what I like about this record the most is like it was a lot of game in it. There you go. It was a lot of everything I do got a lot of game in it, but this one is specifically like when I say like I forgot what lines that I say on this Drake, but I say like I know you like them flows don't matter or whatever, but damn, I say
that's my pop.
Oh, I say broken homes like cleaned up computers, no data. Like I don't know if you caught that, but broken homes like cleaned up computers, no data. Like no daddy, like no data. Like, but it's certain.
Yeah, the wordplay, no wordplay on data, like data.
Yeah,
which was the setup for the whole series of the datas.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get them to that. So now when they hear it, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna be listening for that line. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's another line that I say in there too that was heavy, but I was like, it's no data. All right, forget it. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead. You can play it. You go ahead.
Hey, Reese, let's go. Shot hooked me up I know you dance for dollars, I'm sorry, this making sense. Let me dumb it down, say my blessings is coming down. They coming down. R.I.P. to D, he in heaven, we on the ground. Another angel up there to catch me before I drown. I know it's an auction, you get it, I want it smile. Them shows don't matter. Devil, he gon' come with them tricks like the Globetrotters. Broken homes, I cleaned up computers, no doubt. The Don Dada, grew to a man, but I got bottom. More action, less chatter. Councilman, but it don't matter. If they put you in the game and you don't run faster. Whoa, they call us niggas, that's the same jokes. Find a different way to slave us, it's the same ropes. They used to sell us on a small boat. Now you see us flipping off and we evolve broke. Black Broadway, shit. See clear, peek through the cracks in the hallway. My game parquet, your science is all faith.
Yeah. So the line I was talking about was the slave line. I couldn't even think of it, but I like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I like the other line when it was like councilman, but it don't matter if they put you in the game and you don't run faster. Like that was something to remind myself. So that line was for me. Like your status don't matter. Like bro, like it don't matter. Like you're in the NBA, but what does that matter if you scored no buckets?
Right.
Like they be big up at you just because you there, but what work you put in there? You get what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
right.
like, so I'm reminding myself in that record, like councilman, but it don't matter if they put you in the game and you don't run faster, bro. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I gotta be bigger than everybody. I gotta make sure that I run faster than everybody. And then another line when I like is when I be like, they call us niggas them same jokes. Like, because I feel like you still using the same tactics to enslave us with a word. So it's like you call us niggas, that's them same jokes. They find different ways to slave us, but it's the same ropes. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you saying a lot of stuff, but it's like you saying a lot of nothing for real. You call us niggas, that's the same jokes. They find it different ways to slave us, them same, you know what I'm saying, ropes. Then I say they used to put us on a small boat. Now you see us flipping off when we evolve growth. Like, because when you see Bammers on Instagram, what they doing other than flipping off of boats and yachts and shit? Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? They used to sell us on a small boat. Now you see us flipping off when we evolve growth. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You get what I'm saying? We doing our thing, baby.
Man.
Like, look at this.
Man.
Bammers caught wings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just different,
They
bro.
black
Like, you know what I'm
Broadway.
saying? See clear, peek through the cracks in the hallway. My game parquet, like science is all faith. Like, you know, like, so it's like I'm just different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just different. Like, I take like music to a whole nother level. That's why I don't know. I'm just different, bro.
Like I said, brother, remember, you are the first of your kind. This is significant. The first of your kind. If you embody trailblazing and trend setting, just the fact that you breathing in the body and living the life that you living.
Hey, got you. Like I always tell people, I be like, God is the owner of my God is the owner of my soul, and Maurice Harrison is the caretaker of the body. And I'm going hard, bro. I'm just going hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got a lot more to come, like, for real. I got a lot more to come. Like, you know, the whole next year is going to be crazy. I'm going to be a little quiet this year, but I'm telling you, I got so many clips, it's unlimited next year. It's
That's
crazy.
Indeed. Talk to the people real quick before we slide, man, on where they can get with you. Talk to them about how they can reach you as a councilman and how they can reach you as an artist, you know what I'm saying, / entrepreneur, boss in the game.
So as a councilman, you can't reach me. So like, it's like, no, go ahead. But like,
comedian extraordinaire.
But like, I mean, as a councilman, City of Glenarden.org, you know what I'm saying? You can get on there, you know, somebody will pat you through to be able to get with me, or you can come to the city, you'll see us out there activating and doing work. You follow me on any streaming platform. I mean, you can look up any of my music on any streaming platform at Reese Da Realist. You can follow me on everything at Reese Da Realist, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you have, you can follow. I don't have TikTok though, because I don't have time to make TikToks. People be telling me to get a TikTok, but my time be TikToking, like, and I got to go to work. So you know what I mean? I wish I had time to do little dances and stuff, but I don't. So you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, and that's it. And then besides that, Should Have Hated Sooner 2 coming next year. A documentary I've been working on coming next year. So I'm gonna grab both of y'all up, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get some stock footage from this and then we can go ahead and put that on. If not, I'm gonna just interview both of you brothers and get y'all, you know what I'm saying, on the documentary. I got some really great stuff on there. The Boss video will be dropping soon. I'm not gonna tell them the date, but Boss is my single that came out. We added at Glenarden Day. If you was there, you caught it. If you wasn't there, you would just catch the video. That's coming out soon. The album is crazy. I got a lot of features on there. It's gonna be a really, really, really surprise, a big surprise. I get hot in the winter too. I'm like a winter artist, so like right now my mind works the best, and then I just kill them the whole next year. I'm just gonna dog. Um, I don't think I missed nothing. Did I miss? Oh, you know R2BB. Look out for that too. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm on three
Oh
records.
yeah, man. Definitely. He on the Cypher Jam, which y'all heard. Y'all heard a snippet of Acceleration, and you heard a snippet of Muscle Crank. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we got videos, songs, singles. We got the soundtrack coming. We also
Mm-hmm.
gonna be dropping our full documentary, of which some of your footage is on there as well. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
big things happen in the DC DMV area. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the whole culture. Whole town is lit. Your boy
Mm-hmm.
Ray Gideon Peoplez, aka Peoplez the Dapper Demon Clapper, and my man AJ Throwback one time in
Yeah.
the building. My man Reese Da
Yeah,
Realist one time.
you
The
know it is.
first ever city councilman to drop an album on the day that he won his election. R2BB, we got a lot of dope stuff. We got a super dope holiday special coming for y'all next week as well. Y'all look out for the flyer for that. R2BB, we gone.
Uh-huh.